Okay, ready to go with action in round 3. And you can see Amp Elmore in the black and Joe Louis in the red here. Ready to go in this exhibition bout between the super heavyweight champion Elmore and the former world heavyweight champion Joe Louis, who's trying to reclaim the U.S. heavyweight championship very shortly in a week or so here against Kerry Roop. There was a good combination there. You could see by Joe Louis, dug to the body and then that left hook to the head, and that's a power punch for Joe Louis.
Louis, right hand to the body, left hook back to the head, something that he trained with Asa Gordon on in Atlanta. We're going to see Elmore's first playing of his title defense against Tony Palmore is going to be on Thursday, October the 27th here on ESPN. So it'll be just 1 week after Joe Louis's attempt to gain the PKA U.S. heavyweight title. Elmore will be in there with Tony Palmore from Bal Harbour, Florida. As Tony Palmore says, he's been waiting a long time for Anthony Elmore.
I'm looking forward to that, Joe. You and I will be down there to do the commentary on that fight. And anytime the champ, the super heavyweight champ, Anthony Elmore, gets in the ring, there is a lot of electricity. He's got fans all over the country, and he and Joe Louis are both good representatives of PKA.
Louis doubling up the hook to the body, hook back to the head. Elmore, this is what Louis says, he just fights at this pace continually. Louis is very effective when he doubles up his techniques.
Boy, oh boy, they're slapping those kicks in there. I think they're mixing it up here in round 3, Joe. They were kind of coasting in those first 2 rounds, but they're not coasting now. They're slapping them in there. Ooh, good jab there by Joe Louis. That's the end of round 3. This is a 5-rounder. While we're here, let's take a moment to talk about the Professional Karate Association. You know, it's recognized worldwide as the leader in sport karate. Since its founding back in 1974, the PKA has activities now that include participation in every phase of the sport. The PKA is especially proud of its Associated Schools program. That's an alliance of the country's top karate studios where men, women, and children can enjoy the confidence building and the fitness benefits of karate under the leadership of qualified, certified black belt instructors. For information on the PKA Associated Schools in your area, or to find out how your school can qualify, write PKA Karate, Post Office Box 10689, Beverly Hills, California, 90213.
There's Jay Will, one of the my favorite people ever in the sport of karate, one of the all-time friends of Joe Louis, one of the fighters that Joe Louis had more respect for than virtually any other fighter around. Jay Will knocked Joe Louis down, blacked his eye one day before Joe Louis was supposed to go on the Merv Griffin show, and he never forgave Jay for it. Jay said it just scared him to death when that happened. It scared Jay to death. He didn't know what Louis was going to get up and do.
Joe Louis in the red headgear and Anthony Amp Elmore in the black. We're in round 4 of 5 rounds of exhibition here in Dayton, Ohio. And the folks are really enjoying this because they're seeing good techniques. Good hand techniques, good foot and leg techniques.
Herman Holyfield over in Elmore's corner telling him to pick up the pace, get to work. They're here. They want to get 5 good rounds together. This will be the last time they'll have a chance to work together before Louis's fight and before Elmore's fight. They'll both have to go in and spend 5 days ahead of time in the promotion of the event. They are digging him in now.
Oh, a good right there by Joe Louis.
Fell a little short. Elmore was able to keep him out with that left jab. Joe Louis somewhat at a disadvantage trying to kick up. It looks like Elmore's got his waistline up about 8 inches above Joe Louis's waistline. That ground kick came up, caught Louis on the front of the face.
They're putting in some good work in here because they're both dripping wet. I mean, you can see the sweat coming off the back of Joe Louis. He's really getting a good workout here.
The kind of headgear that Joe Louis has on is very difficult to see around the sides of. You have a lot of difficulty getting your peripheral vision going to land your hooks well.
Okay, that's the end of round 4. We got one more, the 5th and final round in this exhibition bout between Joe Louis and Anthony Amp Elmore. Let's take a look at some action out of round 4, Joe, and see what we can point out to the folks.
We see Elmore extended with the left jab. He's got those long, long arms. Joe Louis tries to stay right out on the end of those and counter. Louis especially effective with right hands into the body. That's something that he's tried to work with Elmore in getting out of, because when Elmore does that, those arms go out, he runs into the hook. That's what they don't want him to have to do against Palmore. And you see Elmore digging down there for some more, whatever you call it, to come back and get even.
He did leave himself open for that left hook right there, though, and Mr. Louis delivered it right on the button.
Well, Kerry Root did an exhibition match with former world middleweight champion Bill Wallace a few weeks ago, and I'm told absorbed a number of left hooks, and he cannot do that with Joe Louis as hard as he throws them.
This is the 5th and final round in this exhibition between Joe Louis in the red headgear and Anthony Amp Elmore, the super heavyweight champion, in the black headgear. All right, all of the leg techniques, all of the hand techniques.
Ooh, Elmore with a front kick that just zinged past Lewis's head. Oh, Louis lost Elmore's kick coming around there with that headgear. Couldn't see it and started to walk away. Elmore didn't realize it, nailed him with a roundhouse kick to the head. Joe Louis was one of the all-time great strategists in this sport. He's going to share his knowledge down in Atlanta. He's going to be at the Atlanta Pro-Am on October the 15th. He and Keith Vitale, who just starred in Revenge of the Ninja. Louis, you know, starred in Force 5 and Jaguar Lives. They're both there, going to be there doing a fighting clinic at the Atlanta Pro-Am on October 15th. Great opportunity for young fighters to come in and learn the strategy and the timing of two of the sport's best all-time fighters.
There's that uppercut that Amp has been working on. Unfortunately, he missed, and boy, he just fell into another left hook.
You know, it's amazing the number of people in their 40s around the country who've come up to me and said that Joe Louis's return has so inspired them. He's not making an old man's return. He's making a return that's just the equivalent of somebody in his 20s, in excellent shape, just like he was when he was fighting in his 20s.
There's the bell, ending the 5th and final round in a very good exhibition bout between the world super heavyweight champion Anthony Amp Elmore on your screen right now, and this man here, Joe Louis. Of course, there's no decision in this, just a good opportunity.